Yes, I'll go to share my presentation. Let's see. Yeah, it is visible in a full slide mode, no? Is it visible in a full slide
Yes, sir.
mode? Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. So once again, good evening to one and all. We were discussing about the one of the very important in the ecology and environment portion. Okay, ecology and environment, and in that actually we mainly focused upon the like ecological protocols as well as some of the acts, convention, conference, and all those things. So in the last class, now we have covered the some of the important conference like Ramsar Convention, as well as, for example, Ramsar Convention, Stockholm Conference, Montreal Protocol, and all those Basel Convention, and all those things. After that, we have some of the portions. So we have covered regarding the Rio Conference. Okay, that is actually it was held in the year 1992. Okay, so in that actually there were two bodies. One is actually related to the United Nation Conference, United Nation Framework Convention on Climate Change. Okay, please remember the expansion or abbreviations of the UNFCCC. Okay, and also there is a one aspect, and another aspect is related to your the Convention on Biological Diversity. Okay, so in the Convention on Biological Diversity, there were two, I can say, the convention that actually mainly focused upon the convention of related to the conservation of biological diversity. Okay, so in that actually there were actually, as I mentioned earlier, there one protocol called as a Cartagena Protocol and another called as a Nagoya Protocol. Okay, so we were discussing about the Cartagena Protocol. Okay, and main aim of the whatever the convention on biological diversity, no, that actually focus upon the conservation, the sustainability, as well as the fair and equitable sharing of the benefits. Okay, now we will go to see the what actually this Cartagena Protocol as well as the Nagoya Protocol says about. Okay, so we covered up these things also. And as I mentioned earlier, the Cartagena Protocol, whatever we are doing in the like biotechnological aspect, especially the like genetical engineering aspect, no, there actually there will be like we will going to change, we will going to insert the particular gene in a, one of the like in some of the organism, okay, based to get the like a disease resistance, or also in order to improve the like nutrient like availability and all this. There is a various biotechnological aspect we will going to do. In that actually, there are actually if there is a mismatch or if there is a like if negative happens, that will going to that will going to negative impact on the biotechnological aspect. Okay, so that's what no still India and many countries now they are actually facing difficulties, and also they are facing the like opposition from the various like stakeholders whenever we going to release the any like biotechnological variety or any other genetical engineering products. Okay, that is the one thing that actually mainly focused in the protocol called as the Cartagena Protocol. Okay, so that was actually held in the year 2000. Okay, please remember the year 2000. That is the one thing you need to remember. And also it actually, as I mentioned earlier, it covers the biotechnological aspect as well as the like biosafety issues and everything. Okay, please remember that mainly focus upon the biotechnological as well as the living modified organisms and all those things. Okay, that is actually the main agenda of the Cartagena Protocol. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, it actually covers the living modified organism. Here there is a one agreement called as the Advanced Informed Agreement. Okay, please remember. So this was actually the question in the, I think I don't know in which year, but this was a question in the UPSC prelims exam. Okay, so in the sometimes in the current affairs now we have seen the like Advanced Informed Agreement. It is related to the which of the following things. Okay, so that was actually the, so whenever you want to like import, or suppose you want to like USA want to export some of the like living modified organisms. Okay, either it may be seeds ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, or it may be fresh like fishes ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, or it may be any the microorganisms for the bioremediation. Okay, for example, you want to import from the USA. Okay, like in the USA to India. Okay, so here no this exporting countries. Okay, so that they have to take the like permission. Okay, so they have to consult the both importing countries in this regard. Okay, that was the advanced informed. Okay, advanced informed agreement. Okay, that is actually mainly comes under your Cartagena protocol. Okay, you can see here that the advanced informed agreement procedure that requires the exporters, okay, USA, to seek the consent from the importing countries before first shipment of the living modified organism which are meant to be introduced into the environment. Okay, either it may be microorganisms for the biodiversity or anything. Okay, so but actually we need to take the advance informed agreement before release of the any living modified organism. Okay, so that is actually the main agenda of the Cartagena protocol. Okay, this is a crux you need to remember. So that is actually Cartagena protocol. So now we are moved, as I mentioned earlier, in order to implement the CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity. So one is actually the Cartagena protocol. Okay, and next one is called as a Nagoya protocol. Okay, so Nagoya protocol, it was held in the year 2010. Okay, so that actually mainly focus upon the access and benefit sharing. Okay, please remember. So I told you the Kani tribe story. Okay, so when we were discussing about the Biological Diversity Act of India, no, I told you that anyhow I'm going to share again this thing. It actually mainly focus upon the access to the genetic resources. We have to access the genetic resources which is available at the locally, which is available in the local condition or in the tribal group, or it may be the plants or anything. Okay, medicinal plants or whatever it may be. And whenever you access the things, no, you have to share that one. Okay, whatever the benefits which is arising from that one, we have to share. Okay, so before that, actually before going to this third point and fourth point, we will going to look at actually what actually the this access and benefit sharing tells about. Okay, so for example, if you observe here, okay, during that time I was actually mentioning about the when we were discussing about the Kani tribe story. Okay, so I told you the one plant. Can anybody tell the name of the plant? I told you the one plant, common name of the plant. Can anybody? I'll check how much you are understood. Huh? Can anybody? I told you one plant during when we were discussing about the what is called as uh, Biological Diversity Act. ಇದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀರಾ? Am I audible? Abhirami? I don't know. I can't see the person here.
Sir,
So during the Biological Diversity Act, when we were explaining about the Kani tribe story, I told you the one plant name that actually led to the Jivani products and those things.
Arogya sir.
Yeah, that's everything. Okay. So that is actually you need to remember. Okay. Then actually, it's actually that's a way to remember the like conference and everything. Okay. So here now, whatever you are seeing the just a minute. Yeah, whatever you are seeing this plant now, which is visible on the screen now, that is actually the Arogya Pacha plant. Okay. So this Arogya Pacha plant now, that is actually the scientific name of the Arogya Pacha plant is actually the Trichophos xylonicus. Okay, so here now what actually this Kani tribe you can see here. So there was actually the scientist from the TBGRI. Okay, earlier it was called as the Jawaharlal Nehru the Tropical Botanical Garden Research Institute. Okay, TBGRI. That's you can call it as a Jawaharlal Nehru TBGRI. Okay, it was actually it is actually located at the Thiruvananthapuram. Okay, so they went for study and they found that the tree tribe of the like Kani tribe, especially these people they mainly live in the Agasthamala hills of Kerala. Okay, so they actually what they found that there is actually when they were they were may have the like trekking and everything, no? So there were actually they found that the Arogya Pacha plant is actually one of the significant I can say plant which can boost the whatever the fatigue, whatever the some what is called as ಸುಸ್ತಾಗದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ in like refreshment that is actually the ability of the Arogya Pacha plant. Okay, so in that actually these scientists from the TBGR, they took the interest regarding the study of the Arogya Pacha plant, and ultimately they found that so there is a you can say higher nutrient content in the Arogya Pacha plant. Okay, so based upon the like preliminary observation, so they developed one product called as a Jivani products. Okay, and it was actually the product which actually to actually to have the the higher refreshment, and also it is going to have the like energy drink. Okay, so that's the one thing. It was actually they made the Jivani products and they got the patent. Okay, and it was actually ready for the marketing in the 1994. Okay, so ultimately after this one, no, so whatever the central government of the got the patent and everything, you can see here the patent and everything. So after this one, they have to this is actually ultimately arised from the Khani tribe. Okay, so this is a plant which is having the nutrient content. It will have the anti-fatigue value and everything. Okay, so that's what actually they have, whatever the product, whatever the amount which they have received, no benefit, no, they have shared with the like 5% or 10%. I don't know what exact how much percentage, but they have shared the some of the benefits to the Khani tribe by setting up of the one trust called as a Khani Welfare Trust. They have like established one trust, Khani Welfare Trust, and in the for that actually they have given the whatever the like 5% of the like benefit. Okay, that is actually the success story of the Khani tribe with the help of the Tropical Botanical Garden and the Research Institute. And please remember the Jeevani product. Okay, so this was actually the one of the success story that was actually led to the like what is called as Nagoya Protocol. Okay, so earlier no, there was actually the like same thing were happened in the different parts of the world. Okay, especially in the Amazon belt as well as in the like in the like South Africa and also. Okay, in that actually the whatever the institutes no, which took the help of the tribe, but they did not share the any the benefit which is actually arised from. Okay, so that was a reason to that was actually led to the Nagoya Protocol. Okay, please see here. So access to benefit sharing. Okay, you have the rights to access the like genetic resources, either in terms of the like, physical products or in terms of their knowledge. Okay, so after that one, you have to like a fair and equitable sharing of the benefits. Please remember the fair and equitable sharing of the benefits which is arising from the utilization. Okay, so you have developed the G1 product that actually led to the patent and everything. So whatever the product which you are getting the benefits now, so you have to share the 5%, 10% depending upon the intensity of how much you are gaining. No? So you have to share. That is actually the main agenda of the Nagoya protocol. Okay, please remember. So most of our students know they don't because they are actually they confused with the then what is the difference between the Nagoya protocol and the Cartesian protocol. Okay, so here no these benefits and everything it actually mainly focus upon the benefit sharing and everything. Okay, so these are all simple point, no need to worry about this one. But please remember the what is the main agenda of the Nagoya protocol. Okay, so that is the one thing, and this is whatever you are seeing this Arogya Pacha plan. Here you can see the you can see here the documentation of the ethno medical value. So in the ethno like in there is a one course called as ethno, but where actually we are going to document the medical what is called a medicinal value of the some of the plant which is growing in and around the like home or in and around the nearby forest. Okay, so that's actually the documentation of the ethno medical knowledge of the Khani tribes. They did the research and they have developed the product called a Jivani product. After that, no, they got a patenting as well as the licensing, and also they have given the some license to the some of the companies. Okay, so that is technological transfer. Ultimately they have shared the benefit. Okay, that's called the benefit sharing. Okay, so please remember this thing TBGRI model. Okay, it's called as a TBGRI model for benefit sharing. That's a Tata Tropical Botanical Garden Research Institute. It is located at the Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Okay, so that is actually the main thing you need to remember. Yeah, so that is that is related to your the Convention on Biological Diversity. That is a Cartesian protocol, as I mentioned earlier. It focuses upon the biosafety, especially the living modified organism, and the Nagoya protocol. It focuses upon the access and benefit sharing of the access and benefit sharing from the genetic resources. Okay, so that's the thing. That is the thing you need to remember from the point of your exam. So next, actually, we are moving to the like in the Rio conference, no, in the Rio conference, as I mentioned earlier. So two important aspects. One is called as a UN UNFCCC, and another is called as CBD. Okay, the Convention on Biological. So in the UNFCCC, no, that is actually mainly focused upon the climate change aspect. Okay, so in that actually there are actually different conference, or you can say protocol, or you can also call it as a the COP. That's called as a the Conference of Parties. Okay, so that was actually held. Now we will go to see the these things, UNFCCC aspect. Okay, in the UNFCCC aspect, so in the year 1997, that was actually called as the uh, that was actually related to the Kyoto Protocol. Okay, the Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto is actually placed at the Japan. Okay, so that actually focused mainly on the like reducing the greenhouse gases. Okay, so that was, please remember, it's very very important. So they have like made the legally binding. Okay, so we have to take the steps to reduce the greenhouse gases, which includes the carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, some kind of a hydrofluorocarbon, perfluorocarbon, sulfur oxide. Okay, means they have mainly focused upon the reducing the greenhouse gases emission. Okay, so please remember, this was actually the question in the most of the exam that they will going to ask in the UPS. I think in the year 2017. So they asked for the Montreal Protocol as well as the Kyoto Protocol. Okay, so please remember the Montreal Protocol, it focuses upon the ozone depleting substances, and the Kyoto Protocol is mainly focused upon the greenhouse gases. Okay, so that in the Montreal Protocol, it was held in the year 1987, and the Kyoto Protocol, which was held in the year 1997. Okay, that's the one thing. And this protocol, no, it came into force in the year 2005. Okay, so 16 September 2005 it came. Okay, so in it, no, in this conference, no, they gave the two commitment period. Okay, two commitment period. Within the commitment period, we have to achieve certain objectives. Okay, so this was actually there was a first commitment period between the 2008 to 2012. Means they have made the like 4-year agenda. So from this one, within this period, we have to achieve certain goals and everything. Okay, so please remember the year. Okay, the first commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol. And the next second commitment period was actually the between from 2012 to 2020. Okay, so this was actually the second commitment period. It was also known as a Doha Amendment. No need to worry about this Doha Amendment word. Okay, so it's actually placed at the Doha. Okay, so please remember the first commitment period as well as the second commitment. They will generally know they will going to ask you the second commitment period. Okay, so please remember from 2012 to 2020. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, 2008 to 2012, it was first, and 2012 to 2020, and it was second. And what to do after 2020? Okay. So that was actually that was actually discussed under the what is called as in your the what is called a Paris climate deal. Okay, so what to do after 2020, that was actually discussed under the Paris climate deal, that was actually popularly called as a COP21. Okay, so now we will go to see that one also in the later slides. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, this UNFCCC conference and everything, because we are mainly focused upon the greenhouse gas emission. So all the countries, they have to legally obey the rules and regulations of the Kyoto Protocol. Okay, so they have to like for not to reduce the greenhouse gas emission, they can use some kind of a like scientific agriculture and everything. Okay, so that's the one thing they have adapted in the Kyoto Protocol. Okay, so that's the one thing. So please remember the first commitment period, second commitment period, what is the main agenda of the Kyoto Protocol, and in which year it was held, and also some of the six greenhouse gas. Okay, so that's the one thing you need to remember. So now actually we are covering the Rio de conference. Okay, in that actually we have covered the Kyoto Protocol, Cartagena Protocol, as well as the Montreal Protocol. This one, Nagoya Protocol. Okay, after, okay, as I mentioned earlier, in the 1992 we have conducted the Rio conference. Okay, so like after 10, that is called the Rio 10. After 10th year, that is called as a Rio 10, that is in 1992 plus 10. Okay, that is actually the year 2002. Okay, there was a conference called as the World Summit on Sustainable Development. World Summit on Sustainable Development 2002. Okay, it was held at the Johannesburg, South Africa in the year 2002. Please remember this one. It is popularly known as a Rio plus 10. Rio means 1992 plus 10. Okay, so that is actually no need to worry about what were the objectives and everything. But actually we have to remember this year. Okay, the World Summit on Sustainable Development, which is actually mainly focused upon the sustainable development only. But please remember the place as well as the year. Okay, so that's the one thing. So after this one, there was actually a conference called as there is another conference called as a Rio plus 20. Okay, so Rio plus 10, and there was another conference called Rio plus 20. It was actually it was held in the year 2012. Okay, so for that one, no, in order to explain this 12, no, 2012, no, so I need some background. Okay, so I think there is actually, I'm going to explain in the coming slide. I think most of you are aware this one. There is actually a conference called as a, there was actually the, what is called as United Nation, just a minute. Yeah, so there was actually in the there was a like goals earlier. Now we used to call it a Millennium Development Goals. Okay, that's properly called as a MDG. Okay, this was actually, I'm explaining to give the like some of the in a continuous manner. Okay, to give the background. Okay, so there was actually goals called there were goals, Millennium Development Goals. Okay, so the United Nations set up the goals in the year 2000. Okay, so it was actually from 2000 to 2005. All the countries of the United Nations, they have to achieve these 8 goals. Like, okay, for example, goal number 1, it focus upon the, we have to eradicate the poverty, hunger, and everything. We need to focus upon the primary education. We need to promote the gender equality, like male and female, and also to empower the women, to reduce the child mortality, maternal health. We have to combat the malaria, HIV, and other diseases. Okay, and also we have to focus upon the environmental sustainability. Okay, please remember the goal number 7. It focused upon the environment sustainability. Okay, that is the one thing. And also we need the global partnership for the development. Okay, so these were the, no need to worry about all these things what these goals says about, but please remember the goal number 7. Okay, and also please remember, it was whatever these goals, no, that was actually for the period of 2000 to 2015. Okay, whatever the goals, no, the millennium development, we have to achieve these goals by the 2015. Okay, so please remember, this is called, these were called as a millennium development goals. It was set by the United Nations. Okay, so this is a one slide, and next is actually, there was a one question. Okay, so we'll go to solve this question. So in the UGC, there was a question related to the goal number 2 of the millennium development goals. Okay, of United Nations countries, they were ensured that by the 2015. Okay, the children everywhere, either boys or girls, would able to complete the full course of. Okay, it was actually the goal number 2. Okay, so earlier this was millennium development was, that focused mainly on the primary education. Here you can see the goal number 2. So we have to achieve the universal primary education for both boys as well as the girls. Okay, that was actually question in the, yeah, I think UGC exam. I don't know in which year, but this was a question. Okay, so it was, as I mentioned earlier, we have to achieve it by the 2015. Okay, so what to do after 2015? Okay, so the what to do after 2015, that was actually discussed under the Rio Plus 20 conference. Okay, you can see here. Just a minute. Yeah, so that was actually the United Nations Conference on the Sustainable Development in the Rio de Janeiro. Okay, so in the year 2012. Okay, it was actually popularly known as a Rio Plus 20. Okay, it was popularly known as a Rio Plus 20, as I mentioned earlier also. So Rio Plus 10 mainly focused upon that was actually Johannesburg, and it was actually held at the Rio de Janeiro, Brazil itself. Okay, that in this conference, no, so we have set the target. Okay, because no, that Millennium Development Goals will going to end by 2015. Okay, so this conference, no, they have set down goals called as the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, so for they have given the target of 2015 to 2030. Okay, so whatever the sustainable development goes, no, so we need to achieve this one. Okay, so that's what, no, they gave the like theme called as a transforming our world by 2030. Okay, so that was actually thing, and what they have set up the 17 goals. Okay, I don't know who is it. Please mute. Okay, yeah, these were the like 17 goals. Okay, you can see here, starting from goal number 1, there is a no poverty, till goal number 17. Okay, partnership for the like for the goals. Okay, these were all this is main crux of the goals. Okay, please remember the sustainable development goals. It was actually originated from the Rio Plus 20 conference, and we need to achieve these goals within a span of 15 years. That is from 2015 to 2030. Okay, so that is the one thing you need to remember. And there are naturally, in order to boost the like federalism, okay, especially the competitive federalism as well as the no need to worry about those words, okay. In order to make the a healthy competition between the states, no, that in India there is a one planning commission called as a the Niti Ayog, okay, Niti Ayog, that's a National Institute for Transforming India, that actually releases the sustainable goal index for the Indian states, okay, in order to bring the healthy competition between the states, okay. So that's the one thing you need to remember. Okay, in this and this conference is popularly known as a Rio Plus 20. Okay, so that's the one thing you need to remember. After this one, there is actually like in the global level also there is a one. They have I think who is I don't know which organization which releases this one, but they have in the global also there is we used to release the what is called a Sustainable Development Goal Index. Okay, that was actually starting from the scale 0 to 100. Okay, the when you close to the 100, no, you will be better having the like you will have the better sustainability development goals. Okay, so according to the recent survey, I don't know what actually happened in the 2023, but focus. You just give a look on the Sustainable Development Index after 2023. Okay, earlier when we referred, no, that was it in that year, no, Finland was the top performer, and in this actually, and India, no, it was actually ranked in the year 120th. Okay, okay, so that was actually in the year 2021. So please remember, please read the 2023 report. Okay, so they will going to use the various parameters and they are going to give the score of 1 to 100. Okay, so that's the one thing you need to remember from the point of sustainable development goals. Okay, so that's the one thing. And there is a one question called as a in the UPSC. Okay, so that was actually related to your the sustainable development goals are formerly known as, okay, so they were actually called as a transforming our world by 2020 2030. Okay, that is the one thing. That's a very simple question. The answer is one here, and no need to worry about other options, but this was actually the theme of the what is called as sustainable development goals. Okay, please remember the year we need to achieve by 2030 with the span of like from 2050 to 2030 we need to achieve the all the 17 goals. Okay, that is the one thing you need to remember. And so I'll go to know, I'll go to end this meeting. Please join immediately, okay? Because there is a we cannot go 40 behind 40 minutes. Please join immediately, okay? I'll join within 3-4 minutes, because no, it is actually to convert from this one to like video, no, it will take actually 3-4 minutes. I will join, but you join immediately, okay? So that's the one thing. We will go to see this one after this class. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stop share.